I'm from Manchester in the UK.
I am based in Estonia.
I come from Slovenia, Central Europe.
I am originally from Pakistan, but I am in London.
Reno, Nevada.
Cavan, Ontario.
I am in Germany, in Bavaria.
Yeah, I'm from Erie, Pennsylvania, the United States.
I'm originally from the Netherlands, but I'm living since 2006 in Canada, in the Outaouais region.
It's one of the best experiences of my life. It's been amazing.
I loved all of it. I think it's the best thing I've ever done.
What I loved about this training is the accessibility. As a disabled woman, I was a bit apprehensive if I will be able to keep up. But I never felt the pressure from our mentors. I never felt like I wasn't good enough if I didn't complete a certain pose in a certain way. This training really helped me to find my own yoga and to make the practice my own, which I feel is very valuable.
Having the variety of mentors with their skills and different personalities and their strengths, it made it an all-encompassing, all-embodied type experience. And I so appreciate that word more now that I've gone through this course, as it truly was an all-embodied experience.
I loved learning the yoga philosophies, really understanding the philosophical base of yoga, learning the Sanskrit, and most of all, the embodied experience of the asanas and feeling myself becoming more embodied as part of the process.
I could tell there was a lot of work put into it, a lot of work, because I know how much it takes to create an online classroom. So the preparation, I applaud everybody. It was very evident how much work was put into it. The thinking process, the logic, everything flowed beautifully. I felt like it was really smooth and orderly and logical. I didn't feel like there was ever a missing piece, like, oh, wait a minute, we didn't discuss that. No, I felt like the lead up was always there and the flow was great.
I loved teaching intuitively and from my heart, that we were encouraged to do that all the time. I found that I now can take the discipline of my previous training, soften it for myself, my participants, my body, mind, and soul. I now have the confidence to incorporate the wisdom of yoga more authentically into my personal practice and into the offerings I can give my Sangha as a teacher.
Because it's all been so remarkably good. I think the way in which the lessons have been produced, the way in which you've got into the history of yoga. One of the things that I have to say is that I have come across a number of students who've done a few different yoga teacher trainings, and they have said that this is by far the best one that they've done, and that doesn't surprise me. The level of confidence that you've instilled in me because of the thoroughness of the training, and then the other one would be the fact that you've created something, an online platform that draws out the best in people, both in terms of the work that they offer others, but the love and support that they give each other. That's something that I've made friends within this community, as well as feeling ready to go out into the world and teach yoga. I've made friends and have felt loved and supported, not only by you and the team, but by the other members of the Sangha as well.
I loved almost every aspect of it. It was like each time I turned the page, or each time I logged in to the classroom, or each time I went on to the Facebook community, every day I was learning something from my peers in the group, learning things from the mentors. I mean, the topic yoga, I feel like you can learn. But I learned just so much about openness and empowerment and connecting with yourself and others.
I had a lot of doubts before applying to it. I was nervous because I didn't want to embarrass myself. I was nervous that I was underqualified, but soon I realized that this was the best decision that I ever took. It was so it's so worth it. It's not just about diving deep into the yogic philosophy, into asanas and everything, but it's also about self-study, self-transformation. I don't know, I can't believe how much I've changed since the beginning of this training. And if you seek to change your life for the better, if you seek this path of liberation, I would definitely recommend this training.
The global community really surprised me, and I was so happy. It was so, I thought it was going to be all local people, local to us, or, you know, at least sort of around this area or Ontario, or maybe Canada, but to know that there was people from all over the world, that was really cool. So cool. And I was so glad that it was globally, like it's done from in that context, that you folks have that kind of reach.
It was an embodied practice, and it was something that I had dreamed of doing because I didn't want a yoga a training which only focused on the physical aspects of yoga, but kind of integrated the entirety of what yoga actually is and how it can support us in our everyday life. And yeah, I truly felt that during this training.
It was so clear to me that this program was created with so much love, so much wisdom, and so much care. And the community was nurturing, it was inclusive. You know, I guess the most important thing that I can say is that I felt held throughout the journey, both by the mentors and by the community who are following the example of the mentors.
You know, some people may say about online trainings, it can't be the same as in person. To me, it's worked better, and I wouldn't change any of it. Ali, Tina, Kristen and Laura are just the best, and I want to carry on teaching with them, learning with them.
All of the teaching team, the experience and the wisdom that comes in and complements one another, but shows a different side. It was truly lovely.
And you were always so enthusiastic about it. So like even if I wasn't like particularly interested in the topic, it was still nice to experience, like for example, the marketing workshop, right? I didn't expect to enjoy it. I was like, marketing, do I really want to listen about marketing? But then Ali presented it with such enthusiasm that it was infectious. So that was really nice.
I just love the whole format of it. For me personally, with my day-to-day life, it really worked well to do it as an online course, but know that you were accountable, that each month new topics, new practices were going to come out, and you needed to kind of move with the flow of that. And I just love the fact that I've been able to meet people from all over the world with this training and connect with beautiful souls that are like-minded. So I've really enjoyed it.
The more I've worked with the mentors and the more I've read about other people's experiences with online training, I feel like you are right at the top of professionalism and skills, and that I truly was guided to the very best training out there, as well as what was compatible with my abilities. So I really am blessed that I feel like you guys have just an amazing platform here and are just some of the best trainers out there.
So one of the things this training does in a brilliant way is it strips away all these assumptions about yoga we might bring in because of marketing or Instagram or anything like that. And it really gets deep into the root of these sacred wisdom teachings. So then you can set aside any expectations, and you can allow yourself to truly drop into the present moment and to connect to something greater than yourself.
The diversity that this training offers. So many different workshops, from Ayurveda to sounds and Bhakti yoga, so many different workshops. I really loved that and appreciated that. I loved the deep dive into yogic philosophy and also the human anatomy. And yeah, I love this focus on self-study and self-transformation. I think this is very important when it comes to becoming a yoga teacher. So being aware of our own patterns and our own thoughts.
I loved the opportunity to be able to connect with people from across the world, to sense other people's commitment to yoga and their practice. I loved the opportunity to learn to deepen my own practice, having been a solo practitioner for a number of years through the pandemic when there wasn't any classes. And so to be able to deepen my practice alongside other people was so precious to me. And then also moving from thinking, oh, I don't know if I'm going to teach, to being super pumped to teach, right? That I felt like I had such a great foundation, that the course, the training really allowed me to feel confident and competent in my capacity for teaching yoga and incorporating yoga into my psychotherapy sessions.
It was such a motherly energy in all of the calls with our mentors. They were holding space for us with so much kindness and so much compassion. And I think it is a very rare thing to find a space in this world where there is no judgment at all, where you can just be how you are and without any judgment. That's really, I didn't know something like this exists even, and that was such a wonderful experience. And I think that's quite magical that our teachers were able to create that in this online training. So yeah, I think that speaks to our teachers.
I love the back to yoga, the speakers that we had, and bringing in the music and the chants, and kind of just having that experience of, I think, bringing that in, and also some of the stillness, the meditations, and I think bringing in that whole universal, I want to use the word love, and just how respectful, I think I'm going to cry, but just how respectful it was always to all of us.
Ali, Laura, Tina, Kristen, there are pearls of growing in a lotus. Can I say it like that? That's the Om Mani Padme Om.
All of the mentors were very kind. That is something that really stuck out for me, and very accommodating and accessible. I never imagined that in an online training I would feel so held and supported and always, heard. And I could always reach out, and the mentors got back. So yeah, that was really lovely.
I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you that I'm so grateful for choosing living your course and your school, because I don't think I could have found better. It was worth waiting the 2 years for me to explore and check, and not being a teacher all those years. It was worth it because it was such It was such a beautiful, you created, like I said, such a safe and loving environment. And it helped me to not only to grow in that sense, but to let a lot of things go that I didn't need. It gave me that kind of push and to see things in a positive way. So you taught me how to look at things. Yeah, it's always going to be something bad to look at, right? But you taught me how the positive always works, and always look at the positive things and focus on that. So thank you. Thank you for that. That's a big, big lesson, especially for me, who've been criticized all my life. So thank you so much.
And I loved the way it was grounded. Each month was grounded in a different chakra. And that felt really, what's the word? Organized. And I guess it just made a lot of sense to ground everything in that way. Yeah.
I would say wholeheartedly, hand on my heart, and stood right upright to go for it. Just it's such a beautiful experience and such a life-growing experience. I would wholeheartedly recommend it.
If you're considering taking it, take it. Don't overthink it. Just book on and
just do it. Absolutely do it. Because it's just the best thing, and it really works. And these are absolutely amazing teachers. So it's a fantastic opportunity.
I think they should not think twice. They should jump for it, especially if they want to learn yoga as a lifestyle.
Absolutely, which you know, and why. It is a extremely well integrated teacher training. As a student, you would come out with the knowledge and the ability to teach several formats, I believe, of a class. I believe that a student, like even myself, who is familiar with teaching, I've watched everybody grow, and everybody grow from not really even knowing what centering was to be able to do centering, do pranayama, add meditation if they want, and to do an hour class. And everybody's class that I did was just authentic in themselves and came from their heart. And yeah, just a fantastic learning process.
And so many people say, I will, maybe tomorrow. You don't know if tomorrow is coming. So do it today, because you just don't know what tomorrow brings. And don't become 80 years old and regret that you didn't do it. Just do it. Like, just do it. Find a way to do it. Get up and tell yourself, I'm doing it, and do it.
Yes, I would recommend this training to anybody who wants to deepen their yoga journey, their own personal yoga journey, or if they're wanting a safe, evidence-based, thoughtful, compassionate, well-structured 200-hour yoga teacher training. Yeah.
I can only recommend it. I mean, I honestly had some expectations, but I had no idea what I was in for. And I think everybody who's considering this training has no idea how rich it will be and how life-changing it can be. I mean, it's up to everyone individually how deep you want to dive into everything, but if you feel up for it, you really have the opportunity to experience some deep transformations. And in the end, you are even coming out as a yoga teacher.
I would recommend it because it's a growth in progress, and you will be transformed. Your life will be transformed. Your health will be transformed. And it's a journey.
I am promoting you every day because people ask me about it. I send regular your website I send regular to clients even your yoga on YouTube and I do all 4.
I don't think there's a single instance that I can think of where I wouldn't say it'll be really, really a good thing for you to do. It'll help you to develop as an individual. It'll help you to come across ideas that are explained brilliantly, and it'll help you to feel something that you've probably never felt before.
2 thumbs up, 5 stars out of 5. I totally recommend this program. If you have any reservations, if you're on the fence, just do it. Your body, your heart, your mind will thank you.